everybody. It's good to be back with you again for Songs for a Sunday. I'm very, very excited to be here, and what a lovely day we are having here in southern Maine. I don't know where some of you are at, but right here in southern Maine, it's a beautiful day, and boy, we needed it. It's been a little, gray and nasty for a few days. We even had snow. We had just a little bit of snow in southern Maine yesterday, but it's all gone now. And I had a lovely, lovely walk on the beach this morning, and that really, really was a good way to start the day. I want to start today's hour of music with a couple of songs for those people that I usually play for several times during the week. I'm talking about the residents at a lot of assisted living and senior centers, some veterans' homes that I play, and of course, they really have to be very careful because they're also vulnerable right now. I have reached out and sent them links to these shows that we're doing every week because we are uploading them to YouTube after we shoot them live on Sundays. And I'm hearing that a lot of the residents have personal computers or iPads or iPhones in their rooms, and so they can utilize those links, and that makes me so happy to think that even in my absence, my music is bringing them a smile. So I'm going to start with a couple of favorites at some of these facilities that I play at. And I love this one because it's a little silly, and I think that's kind of just right now. Would you like to swing on a star, or be better off than you are? Bring the moonbeams home in a jar, or would you rather be a mule? I don't want to be a mule. There's another name for a mule. Begins with an A. I don't want anyone calling me that. Well, a mule is an animal with long funny ears. He kicks up at everything he hears. His back is brawny and his brain is weak. He's just plain stupid with a stubborn streak. And by the way, if you hate to go to school, you might grow up to be a mule. Would you like to swing a star and carry moonbeams home in a jar and be better off than you are? Or would you rather be a pig? Doesn't even sound better at all. Maybe even worse. Because a pig is an animal with dirt on his face. His shoes are a terrible disgrace. He ain't got manners when he eats his food. He's fat and lazy and extremely rude. And if you don't give a feather or a fig, you might grow up to be a pig. Would you like to swing on a star, carry moonbeams home in a jar, and be better off than you are? Or would you rather be a fish? You know, I like swimming. Being a fish wouldn't be too bad. Except you couldn't be reading and writing, because fish can't do that. And I like to do those things, so I don't know. A fish can't do anything but swim in a brook. He can't write his name or read a book. To fool all the people is his only thought. And though he's slippery, he still gets caught. But if that's the kind of life for which you wish, you might grow up to be a fish. And all the monkeys don't live in a zoo, 'cause every day you see quite a few. So you see, it's all up to you. You could be swinging on a star. You could be better than you are. But you gotta go to school, and you should learn the golden rule. I love that one. Oh my goodness. That always gets people laughing and tapping their toes and smiling and singing along. And my goodness, many of them remember every single word to that song, and that brings me joy. And they totally love this next song. It's kind of a sad song, but it's so beautiful. And a lot of times, sad and beautiful go together in music. Have you ever noticed that? Okay. Well, let's see. Goes like this. I was dancing with my darling to the Tennessee walls when an old friend happened to see. I introduced her to my lover, and while they were dancing, my friend stole my true love from me. I remember the night of the Tennessee waltz, and I know now how much I have lost. Yes, I lost my little darling the night they were playing the beautiful Tennessee waltz. I introduced her to my lover, and while they were dancing, my friend stole my true love from me. I remember the night of the Tennessee waltz, and I know now how much I have lost. Yes, I lost my little darling the night they were playing the beautiful Tennessee waltz. The beautiful Tennessee waltz. Ugh. My eyes kind of well up when I sing that one. Oh, good old Patsy Cline. She used to sing that. So did all kinds of people, actually. Eva Cassidy does a really great version of that song. And God knows we love those songs about broken relationships, don't we? Funny thing is, last week, when we were doing Songs for a Sunday, I had two of my old buds listen in and send in a suggestion for this song. So I'm going to sing this one for Rodney Ray Walker and Pat Foley. Pat's over in Colorado, and Rodney Ray is down in North Carolina. So these are going down and across. But also to those of you who remember those early days in the 80s when I put out my first record album. Yes, we're talking about vinyl. And this song was on it. And it was written while I was stocking the freeze-dried food rack at LL Bean in the camping department, where I was employed for 5 years. And goodness gracious, I decided very soon after that I might want to be a songwriter. And I wound up doing that. So anyhow, this is a true story, because you can't make this stuff up. This really happened. So once upon a time, in 1979, I had a job interview just outside of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. It just happened to be scheduled during that week that 3 Mile Island was maybe gonna blow up. Lucky me. Well, my love life and my car blew up instead. I was driving a Volkswagen Bug at the time, and I called her Ziggy. Now, being a Volkswagen, Ziggy had no heat. She had no floorboards. She had windows that would go down real fast, but you could never get them back up again. She had some good wipers. They worked great on the sunny days. Top it all off, the night before I left on this adventure, this guy I'd been seeing for quite some time decided to pull the plug on our relationship. Everyone's evacuating town, and I'm just pulling in. There's 3 of us headed for Harrisburg, and it's only 5 a.m. I got my Ziggy VW back on the road again. Well, the rain and the snow is coming up at us from underneath the floor, and the heater, she ain't been working, and I can't feel my feet no more. And then late last night you walked in my room to tell me we were through. And sure enough, I got the Ziggy blues. Moving along in a traffic jam, crossing the Tappan Zee. Gotta get out to fix a flat, and the rain's pouring down on me. I checked into Nobby's Tavern in Muncie, New York for a beer, a couple of retreads for $50. Oh Lord, get me out of here. And then late last night you walked into my room to tell me we were through. And sure enough, I got the Ziggy blues. They say I got bad luck, and I've had worse before. But I hope what you said to me late last night will convince me to shut that door. 'Cause I just got ready to love you. Now you're throwing my loving away. How appropriate if a nuclear accident blew me away today. Had an interview outside of Harrisburg. Now I'm headed back home for Maine. And it was just outside of Middletown. Ziggy's engine was going insane. It was there that she sighed her last breath. $18 left her behind. Now I'm drinking a beer on a Greyhound bus. In my head she just won't unwind. Because late last night you walked into my room to tell me we were through. Sure enough, I got the Ziggy blues. They say I got bad luck, and I have had worse before. But I hope what they said to me late last night won't convince me to shut that door. 'Cause I just got ready to love you. Now you're throwing my loving away. How appropriate if a nuclear accident blew me away today. Oh, nobody met us in Boston. I paid the bus man another fare. The closer I get to Portland, Maine, the less I seem to care. And a full moon is shining brightly, but my thoughts are still full of you. 'Cause throughout this crazy excursion, you're the real reason I'm feeling blue. And late last night you walked into my room to tell me we were through. And sure enough, I got the Ziggy blues. I got the blues. And sure enough, I got the Ziggy blues. Well, I got the blues. I got the blues big time. I haven't sung that one in a while. Woo! A lot of words in that one. Got my kava tea again this week. If you haven't tried it and you're all kind of wound up, this really relaxes you. Trust me. Okay. Well, the other request that Pat Foley had last week, which I would like to honor, is for another broken relationship song. Now, what is up with everybody? It's funny. Songwriters, many of them, myself included, might tell you that when you're all brokenhearted, you're usually kind of alone, so you got plenty of time to write about it. But if you're all happy and skipping around and in love, I mean, who wants to stop and write about it? You just want to live it. So I think that's why we have a lot of broken relationship songs. But here's one on that same first album of mine, 1985. Yeah, dating myself big time here. This was written actually by George Tarrant and Charlie Harding. And I had all kinds of songs to put on my first record, but I scrapped one of mine to put this one on when they asked me to sing the lead vocal on a demo that they were sending to Nashville because they wanted the Judds to sing this song. And they didn't want to send down a demo with a male lead vocal. And so I sang the lead vocal and they sent it to the Judds. And the Judds never did record it, but that's okay. I fell in love with the song and it goes like this. Coming home late, with fire on his breath, his tongue in the gutter, scaring me half to death. The devil inside him is running his soul. He's daring me to leave him. He's lost all control. It's the whiskey talking. Words so cold and cruel, it's the whiskey talking. It's making him a fool, it's the whiskey talking. It's the whiskey. Fact is, he loves me, Lord knows it's true. There's just no explaining what he puts me through. There's a good man inside him, but just like today, oh, the whiskey gets to him, and he slips away. It's the whiskey talking. Words so cold and cruel, it's the whiskey talking. Making him a fool, it's the whiskey talking. It's the whiskey, yeah. Later on, when he's sober, he will hold me and say he's so ashamed. He'll ask me to understand that he's a different man. He'll ask me to see he's not to blame. It's the whiskey talking. Words so cold and cruel. It's the whiskey talking. It's making him a fool. It's the whiskey. Pat Foley does a version of that song himself. And I remember not too long ago, before he moved back to Colorado, he was playing a show down there. Oh, what's the name? The Porthole, outside on the deck. You guys been there? It's fun in the summer. Hopefully we'll get to go there this summer. Yes, let's cross our fingers for that. But he was playing a gig out there and I saw him in the audience and said, why don't you come up and sing harmony? Well, I hadn't sung that song in years. I couldn't remember the words. But we had fun anyways. And I was so like taken aback that he knew that song and I didn't, that I went home and learned it again. So anyways, all right. I think we got to move on to something without a broken relationship in it. So I think this one might work out pretty well. So let's see. And it's April. And in April, I always think about all those years that I used to try to skip mud season here in New England and get down to Texas and play some music with Shake Russell and Dana Cooper and a lot of other musicians. But Shake and Dana and I did this thing for, oh God, a number of years, close to 10, I think. And I'd go down there for 2 to 3 weeks at a time and miss mud season up here. And you know, all the blue bonnets would be out and the Indian paintbrush and the daisies all across these fields. It was just lush and vibrant, and it wasn't too hot yet. Anyhow, I would go out on tour with this gal named Mary Ellen Featherstone, whom I fondly dubbed Mayelle after several margaritas late at night after doing a show, and Mayelle was just a lot easier than Mary Ellen. So she became known as Mayelle. And I wrote this song just to express the joy that I felt when I was down there. And I would always drive her little car, her Mustang Mayelle, not Sally. And boy, we had to pack that car up so specifically because it didn't have a whole lot of room in it. But we would always get everything in there, and then we'd go off on these long drives because Texas is big. You know, it's like Houston to San Antonio is a stretch, but if you got to go Houston to Dallas and then, you know, down to Galveston, and we went all over that state. But it was such a joy being in that car with Mary Ellen, especially when we would take this back road out of Houston to get to Austin, and it was Route 290. And I loved that road because the fields were just full of flowers in April. And it was just a beautiful scenic journey. And we used to always pass this road called Kickapoo Road. And, you know, I asked Mayelle about it, and she said, oh, that's, you know, an Indian tribe and, you know, a Native American name that's very well known. And I said, well, I love the name. It's got kind of a nice ring to it, Kickapoo. I said, it's too cool a name not to put it in a song. So I did. And it goes like this. Okay, I hope I remember this. It's pretty skippy, and the words go right around. Fast like. Tell me, how are you today? Life is so sweet when your heart leads the way. It's been too long since I was with you, driving down to 90, passing Kickapoo. Kickapoo, Kickapoo. Up where I live, it's cold too long. I can't wait till I'm with you singing songs. Texas flowers so yellow and blue, driving down to 90, passing Kickapoo. filling up our souls. We'll tap both feet when we're in cruise control. Miles of music flow by with you, just driving down to 90, passing Kickapoo. Ha ha ha! Do tell me, Elle, how are you today? Life is so sweet when your Harley's away. I think I could stay here with you, driving down to 90, passing Kickapoo. Kickapoo, yeah. Driving down to 90, passing Kickapoo. Just driving down to 90, passing Kickapoo. Yeah. Boy, I haven't done that in a while. Dear May L, I miss you so much. Oh my goodness, we lost Mary Ellen. She got her wings 7 years ago. And, we had a big party for her the day she got her wings. And then a couple of years after she died, a bunch of us got together, including her son, David Carlton, who lives in California now. And he flew to Texas, and we put a bunch of us in a car, and I hooked back up with Shake Russell, and we did a Mayell Memorial Tour, and it was absolutely fabulous. Everybody remembered Mayell because she used to go to all these concerts with me, and she would always sit right up front and tap her feet and wiggle her shoulders, and it was... Oh, Kathy says my hair looks awesome. Thank you, Kathy. It's getting long. It's getting a little long. But anyways, so... I miss Mary Ellen, but she gave me so much joy, and she had such a beautiful heart, and I learned a lot of things from her while I was with her. And God bless Mary Ellen. All right, I'm going to move to my 12-string guitar. While I'm doing that, I will tell you that during our Mayell Memorial Tour, there was one point where we stopped and had a picnic. We wanted to do it in this one little town whose name escapes me right this minute. But there were a lot of bluebonnets in this town. And that's why we wanted to stop there, because we used to do this bluebonnet tour. And anyhow, we cracked open some wine, and we had a little picnic out there. And somebody said, would you like a little more wine? And I said, well, yeah, the more the Mary Eleanor. And that stuck. And so we have a lot of fond little Mary Ellen phrases that cheer us up when we're missing her. Well, Mayell loved this next song, and it's an appropriate one to sing after talking about her because she was full of big love. And this is a song that I wrote years ago to celebrate my love of the planet and the outdoors, and my feeling that I'm connected to something so much bigger than myself, even though it helps me to stay centered within my own special spot. I think those things work together. But without going into huge detail about how it came to be written, I will tell you that everything in it is true. Nothing happens by mistake. I was way up north on Moosehead Lake. My back on the dock in the middle of the night. I was watching the dance of the northern lights. I whispered to Sally, hey, we're in the right place. As a tear spilled on my face, the lights were shimmering, my heart was singing, and I felt that big love again. It ain't no lover, it's not he or she. It's this big love inside of me. It's always there, it's gotta be. It's this big love it carries me. I caught a boat in the harbor out of Booth Bay. It was a benefit cruise for the MDA. I was singing along with the boys in the band. It echoed out over the sea and the land. As the sun set crimson in the western sky, full morals on the other side. With my arms outstretched, I held them both in my hands, and I felt that big love again. It ain't no lover, it's not he or she. It's this big love inside of me. It's always there, it's gotta be. It's this big love, it carries me. Well, I can feel this big love. It comes from the side and it comes from above. I can feel this big love and it carries me. I can feel this big love. It comes from the side and it comes from above. I can feel this big love and it carries. That's your part. It ain't no lover, it's not he or she. It's this big love inside of me. It's always there, it's gotta be. It's this big love that carries me. It ain't no lover, it's not he or she. It's this big love inside of me. And it's always there, it's gotta be. It's this big love that carries me. And it carries me. Carries Again, I haven't played that song in a while. I hope you guys were singing. That's a good one to sing to. Oh, my goodness gracious. Well, this next song has big in the title too. And this song is also about being in love with the planet and the outdoors, but also being very disappointed in what's happening to it. This is a theme today that we're having to grapple with. But this song was written way back in the 60s. It was already apparent that we were doing some things here on our planet to make it not feel well. And this was written by one of my very favorite songwriters, a huge inspiration for me. It was written by the one and only Joni Mitchell. And happy 75th birthday, Joni Mitchell. I'm glad to hear that you're doing a little bit better. She had a brain aneurysm a bunch of years back, and she also has a very rare skin disease that creates huge problems for her. But I think she's getting better, and I heard something on the radio about her maybe going to make a comeback. I'm all for that. We're rooting for you, Joni Mitchell, and this song is even more poignant today than it was when she wrote it back in the 60s. So God bless you, Joni, and thanks for the song. Put up a parking lot with a pink hotel, boutique, and a swinging hot spot. Don't it always seem to go? You don't know what you got till it's gone. Hey, paradise, put up a parking lot. Ooh, ba, 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 ba. Took all the trees and put them into a museum. Charged all the people an arm and a leg just to see them. Don't it always seem to go? You don't know what you got till it's gone. Play paradise, put up a parking lot. Ooh, la, 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 la. Hope y'all are singing along. Well, hey, farmer, farmer, put away that DDT now, and your roundabout and everything else. Any spots on my apples? Leave me the birds and the bees, please. Don't it always seem to go? You don't know what you got till it's gone. Hey, paradise, put up a parking lot. Lot, 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 lot. Well, late last night, I heard that screen door slam. Big yellow taxi took away my man. Don't it always seem to go? You don't know what you got till it's gone. Hey, paradise, put up a parking lot. Ooh, lot, 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 lot. Ooh, lot, 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 lot. Don't it always seem to go? Don't know what you got till it's gone. There it goes. Hey, paradise, put up a parking lot. Ooh, lot, 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 lot. Hey, paradise, put up a parking lot. Ooh, lot, 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 lot. Hey, paradise, put up a parking lot. That's like doing the limbo rock with your voice down there. Remember that? The limbo rock? There I go, dating myself again. All right. How y'all doing out there? Hope you're enjoying this. And maybe even a little bit as much as I am. And, whew, yeah, that's called Big Yellow Taxi, by the way. A lot of people call it the parking lot song or Paved Paradise, but it's actually called Big Yellow Taxi, just in case you want to win a trivia point or two in some game down the road. Well, I would like to think that in spite of the fact that we're all at home weathering the storm of this crazy virus, trying to get a handle on things so we can all flatten the curve, I would like to think that this is sort of an opportunity to find the best in ourselves and also in each other, and come out stronger on the other side of this. There's always something to be learned from challenges, and I think now is one of those times. I was thinking the other day that what we're having to deal with right now, and you know, the introspection and the perspective that comes from times like this, it feels akin to me to kind of like in the aftermath of 9/11, when we really had to stop everything we were doing and think about what's really going on in the world. And we as a nation really had to pull together and feel united. And this worldly pandemic, every one of us is in it together, all over the globe. And how about that One World at Home Together concert that they did yesterday? Did any of you check that out? It was amazing. I tuned in for all the initial concert footage that was streamed live on YouTube starting at 2 in the afternoon. And then I guess Lady Gaga came on at 8 o'clock on the real channels and whatnot. And I saw most of all of that too. So I was pretty much watching people all over the globe all afternoon. I was amazed by the positive messages and the feeling of unity from that. And I hope that we continue to feel that way in the aftermath of this, when we get through it. I hope that we take something good from it. And I'm not sure that this next song, during the time of which I write, if we felt really great in the aftermath of this particular moment when we really had to stop and think about what was going on. And you'll understand why I'm saying this when I get into the story. But I wrote this about the only time when I was a kid, when I walked home with all the neighborhood gang from the intermediate school. And we walked across this crunchy, icy, snow-covered field to get to our street. And it was the only time that we did that and never said a word. When usually we're all kind of like, you know, na-na-na-na-na-na, Johnny likes Susie and that sort of thing. None of that was going on. And it is a time when I had to stand still and ask what was going on. Na 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 na. When we left school on that day, the world felt different as we walked away. There was no talk, the walk was slow. The only sound was boots on snow. And I was just a sprouting seed, full of hope and proud of my country, but I lost part of the kid in me in November 1963. I didn't cry till I got home in my room all alone. And innocence was slipping by. forever I would wonder why. And I was just a sprouting seed, full of hope and proud of my country, but I lost part of the kid in me in November 1963. And Jackie, I wrote you that letter. I wanted to make us all feel better again, but I still remember the cold of that November when I was 10. I lost something deep inside when JFK was shot and died. Well, I was just a sprouting seed, full of hope and proud of my country, but I lost part of the kid in me when somebody shot John Kennedy. Yeah, I lost part of the kid in me in November 1963. Oh, yeah. I'll never forget that day. I bet those of you who were alive at that time, you know exactly where you were when you found out that Kennedy was shot. And then we were all glued to our TVs for a couple of days. I remember back then my family and I, we hadn't had a TV all that long. And it was black and white. But we all wanted to know what happened, why, who. Yeah. But we survived. And we are going to survive the COVID-19 challenge as well. It's a totally different thing. But maybe find something special to bring with us when we get to the other side. That is my hope. All right. Let me get a little sip of my kava tea, and then I need to play another request. Okay, so I played this song last week for the first time, and you guys liked it so much that I had a request to please play it again this week. And it's a song that I wrote just 3-4 weeks ago. I began to write it 3 or 4 weeks ago. And it came from my frequent walks down on the beach. I live in Old Orchard, and we still are very fortunate to have access to the beach because at low tide it's really long and very wide. I mean, it's always long, but it's not always wide. So it's easy to get down there at low tide and have plenty of space between people. And so I've needed the outdoors more than ever right now, and I'm sure some of you do too. But there were 3 days in a row when the sun was so beautifully warm, more so than often in the last week or two since I wrote it. It's been a little chilly. I don't know if you noticed that, but it has. But these couple of days in a row were so beautiful, and the waves were just pounding, and it just brought me such joy and serenity to experience those days there. And this song kind of spilled out of me all at once. And then I worked on it to find the right music that would kind of lend itself to the feeling that I had when the lyrics came to me. And you guys liked it a lot, so I'm going to play it again this week. And it's called The Ocean is Music. The mountains are calling, but they're out of reach. I live by the sea, so I'm drawn to the beach. I'm there in a flash when I'm falling apart. 'Cause the ocean is music and it soothes my heart. I come to you, to your sand and your waves. I come to your big open sky and the sun on my face. Even gray lady days have something to teach. When my heart's in repair and no one is there, I go to the beach. Well, there's comfort and love from family and friends, but they're far away, so my heart depends on a slap in the face of a stiff ocean breeze, and a pounding of surf gets me up off my knees. So I come to you, to your sand and your waves. I come to your big open sky and the sun on my face. Even gray lady days have something to teach. When my heart's in repair and no one is there, I go to the beach. We all need solace, I'm not alone. Maybe I'll find a place or a love to call home. I come to you, to your sand and your waves. I come to your big open sky. It puts a smile on my face. Even gray lady days have something to teach. When my heart's in repair and no one is there, I'm drawn to the beach. Well, the mountains are calling, but they're out of reach. I live by the sea, so I'm drawn to the beach. I'm right on the beach when I sing it. It's just, it feels so good. I don't know what you're doing for special places out there, you guys, but I hope you have some that you've been visiting to keep yourselves whole throughout this whole pandemic. And I hope you have ways to reach out to people that you miss and you can't be with closely. But I think we're all learning how to do Zoom meetings and FaceTime. And I learned that I can talk to my friend in Portugal on WhatsApp. If you got Wi-Fi in your house, you can actually do an international call for free on WhatsApp. Did you know that? I thought that was quite fun. We had an hour-long happy hour the other day. It was quite fun. Oh, where am I going next? Well, I got time for one more song, and I think it's perfect timing for this next one. All right. Oh, I might have to tune this a little bit because I got to put a capo on it. And when I do that, sometimes it needs a little tunage. So, let's see how far off we are. That's not bad. It's usually the lower notes. I think we can do it. So, I have these gigs that I do all the time that I have not been able to do. It's, Jesus, it's 6 weeks now. My last show was Friday the 13th in March. Ha! Wonder if that was an omen. I don't know. But I play Toddy Brook in North Yarmouth every month. I play at Lenny's in Westbrook every month. I play at J Days in Old Orchard Beach every other month. And I play a lot of other places, and I haven't been able to do any of them. But the places that I play pretty regularly, I just miss those people so much. They're like my family. And I want to send this one out to Lenny's and all the folks over there, to Bill Umble and Buck Mitchell, and to Alicia and Corey and everybody. And, I haven't seen her in so long, I think I'm going to get her name wrong. I'll think of it in the middle of the song. That's what always happens to me. But anyway, this one especially goes out to Derek in the kitchen because he always loved this song, and I almost always play it for the last song of the night at Lenny's. It's kind of a little tradition that we have. And it's a shout out to my friend Raffi Dersimonian. I hope you're watching, Raff, because Raffi wrote this song. And I love this. I love this song so much. And I changed it up just a tad. I actually changed a couple words because I couldn't understand what Raffi was saying. So I made up my own thing, and it works out pretty good. Scrounge around for some loose change on the ground. It's obviously never what it seems. Impossibility didn't even occur to me. Makes me thankful for all I have. Even though I'm not a millionaire, got clothes in my closet that I could ever wear, and I got blue skies, miles after miles. It's obviously never what it seems. Forever in a grin, and I can feel it on the inside that money is sin. Oh, but I know I could do it all again. But all that really matters, all that really matters, all that really matters comes from within. I know it, you know it, he knows it, everybody knows it just fine. I know it, you know it, she knows it, everybody knows it just fine. I know it, you know it, he knows it, everybody knows it just fine. I know it, you know it, she knows it, everybody knows it just fine. Everybody knows, everybody knows, everybody knows. All we ever really have is time. All we have is time. All we have is time. And it is time for me to wrap it up, folks. Thank you so much for checking in. Your enthusiasm and support for these songs for a Sunday days are what keeps me whole. That and going to the beach, maybe glass of wine every once in a while. Knowing that you're out there and that I'll get to see you again gives me great hope. Keep tuning in. We're going to keep doing it all through this pandemic. Thanks, everybody. See you next week.